Attention, Real Madrid fans. An explosion of news straight from behind the scenes. Xabi Alonso is back at the center of controversy, facing heavy criticism from his former Bayer Leverkusen players. And that's not all. Real Madrid is locked in a fierce battle with Barcelona and Bayern Munich to sign a top defender, while Alonso himself must prove this season that he's truly ready to lead the biggest club in the world. Before we continue, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any Real Madrid updates. Here, you get everything you need to know, no fluff. Breaking news. Patrick Schick, Bayer Leverkusen striker, didn't hide his disappointment with Xabi Alonso and admitted he almost left the club due to the Spanish coach's decisions, who is now Real Madrid's new manager. The player confessed it was hard to accept being benched in one of the most crucial matches of the season, precisely against Bayern Munich. Schick, 29, was visibly frustrated after being subbed on only in the final minutes of the match, which ended in a draw. The striker, who scored over 20 goals last season, told Sport Bild, "I think it was the decisive game of the season. We had to win, and when you've got 20 goals sitting on the bench, it's hard to accept not playing." According to the player, he even confronted Alonso directly after the game. "I told him I was disappointed. But he was the boss, he made the decision, he had the responsibility. Sometimes, you just have to accept things," Schick said. But he wasn't alone. Another Leverkusen player, Jonas Hoffmann, also previously revealed frustrations with Alonso. He criticized the lack of clear communication and even considered leaving the club if the coach stayed for the upcoming season. These accounts are now increasing the pressure on Xabi Alonso, who takes over at Real Madrid with the mission of replacing Carlo Ancelotti and keeping the club at the top of European football. The question on everyone's mind is he truly ready? Real Madrid, having placed its bet on Alonso as the new boss, knows that all eyes will be on him. After 2 brilliant seasons at Leverkusen, including an undefeated Bundesliga title, Alonso arrives at the Santiago Bernabéu with strong credentials, but also surrounded by doubt. And the season hasn't even started properly, yet the challenges are already huge. Real Madrid is focused on reinforcing its defensive line and has identified a top target, Ibrahima Konate, French defender from Liverpool. The English club has set a €50 million price tag on the player, but Madrid is only willing to pay €25 million, half that. Florentino Perez's strategy is to wait until Konate's contract expires next year to negotiate a better deal. However, that tactic may now be in jeopardy.
Why?
Because 2 European giants have joined the race, Barcelona and Bayern Munich. Both clubs have also shown interest in the French defender and, like Real, consider €50 million too much for a player entering the final year of his contract. Konate, for his part, has already made it clear he doesn't plan to renew with Liverpool, despite a contract extension proposal from the club. Behind the scenes, it's believed the defender would welcome a move to Madrid. But with Barca and Bayern in the mix, Real must act fast to secure the signing. And this potential reinforcement is even more critical considering a deeper analysis of the club's current situation. In recent years, Real Madrid has won major titles, including 5 Champions Leagues in just over a decade. However, last season showed some worrying signs. The team was knocked out of the Champions League by a more tactically organized Arsenal and finished behind Barcelona in La Liga. Experts argue that Real had been relying too much on individual talent and star power, while neglecting strategy. Xabi Alonso arrives to change that. He's known for his tactical discipline, intelligent systems, and sharp game reading. At Leverkusen, he transformed a mid-tier squad into a winning machine. But now the stage is different. This is Real Madrid. And here, you win or you're out. His mission starts with a twist of fate. Luka Modric, who was still in the squad when Alonso left Madrid as a player to join Bayern, remained at the club for all those years and was a key starter until age 38. The Croatian, a symbol of stability and midfield excellence, recently left for Milan. His departure, although expected, leaves a tough gap to fill. Modric was instrumental throughout Madrid's golden era. Now, Alonso must rebuild that midfield. All eyes are on youngsters like Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Bellingham, who are expected to lead the way, supported by Kroos, if he continues at a high level. But the pressure doesn't just come from within. The fans also expect to see a renewed Real Madrid, not only with new faces, but a new style of play. The demand is clear: results with performance. For that to happen, Xabi Alonso must prove early on that he can implement his model, unite the locker room, and handle the extreme scrutiny that only a club like Madrid can generate. On the other hand, Real is moving decisively in the market. Besides the possible arrival of Konate, other names are being evaluated internally as backup plans. The goal is to bring in a young defender with high potential and quick adaptability to Alonso's system. Sources close to the club say the defensive reinforcements file is a top priority for Florentino Perez, as the coaching staff has identified clear weaknesses in the backline. According to insider info, if Konate doesn't join, other Premier League and Bundesliga targets will be pursued. And it's in this exact scenario that Real Madrid's 2025/2026 season begins. With a new leader, a new philosophy ready to be tested, and a hectic transfer market where every move could determine the success or failure of Xabi Alonso's project. What makes this season even more symbolic, Madridista, is that for Alonso, this isn't just the biggest challenge of his career, it's a homecoming. The former midfielder who shined in white from 2009 to 2014 is now back as the boss on the sidelines. Expectations are sky high, and so is the pressure. Behind the scenes, it's already being said Alonso will have little room for error. Despite trust in his abilities, club directors know the Real Madrid dressing room is demanding, and any sign of instability, like the noise from Schick and Hoffman, could turn into a full-blown crisis. This coaching transition also directly affects transfer decisions. The ideal profile for a center-back isn't just about physical or technical attributes, but also mental strength. Real wants a defender with maturity, capable of playing with a high line, handling intensity, and showing tactical discipline. That's why Konate stands out, young, yet already experienced at the top level and fitting Alonso's football vision. But will Real give in to pressure and raise their offer? Or will they stick to their strategy and wait to land Konate at a better price? Meanwhile, Barcelona watches closely, and Bayern seeks alternatives. The race is wide open, and the outcome could shift the balance of power among Europe's elite. One thing is certain, Real Madrid is preparing for a new era. An era led by Xabi Alonso, new stars on the pitch, and a passionate fanbase ready to demand, support, and dream, as always. And you, Madridista, what do you think of all these developments? Do you believe Xabi Alonso has what it takes to manage Real? And what about Patrick Schick's criticism, fair or exaggerated? And Konate, is he worth the investment or should Madrid look elsewhere? Drop your thoughts in the comments, leave a like, and share this video with your fellow Real Madrid fanatics. That helps the channel grow and keeps the exclusive content coming your way. Thanks so much for watching, Madridista. See you next time with more breaking news, sharp analysis, and inside info on Real Madrid.